So what we're going to do is we're going to solve rational equations and inequalities. Up to this point, so in 8.1, what we did is with rational expressions, we multiplied and divided them, and we factored and canceled out. 8.2, which is your quiz today, they're rational expressions because we're just adding and subtracting them, so we're combining like terms. In 8.6, what we're doing is I am going to have two rational expressions, and we're going to combine them, and we're going to have an equal sign. So we're solving for that x now, or that y. We're solving for that variable now. So the difference between 8.2 and 8.6 is 8.2 has an equal sign. We're going to have two rational expressions equal to another one. And then we're going to try to solve them. Or we're going to have an inequality. So that's what a rational equation is. It has an equal sign. And then an inequality, it has an inequality sign. So we're going to use part of 8.2 where we're going to find the LCD, and then we're going to get rid of the denominators and solve for the variable. So let's start with example 1. Two over x plus 3 plus 3 halves equals 19/10. Now, I want to show you something that might help you. So we know that the LCD, we're going to have an x plus 3. Now, I want you to look at the two numbers. Does 2 go into 10 evenly? Yes. Then we only need a 10. You could multiply everything by 20, and that's okay. You could say I need a 2 and I need a 10. That's fine. It's just, if you want to keep your numbers smaller, then ask yourself, does 2 or does the smaller number go into the larger number evenly? If it does, then you only need the larger number. Does that make sense? So one more time. If the smaller number goes into the larger number evenly, then you only need the larger number. If you're like, Miss Fleury, I have no idea what that means. Can I put the 2 times the 10? Of course you can. Okay, and you could use 20 instead of 10. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each fraction by the LCD. Now you could have used 20, you could have done 2 times 10. Your numbers would have just been a little bigger. You still would have gotten the same answer. Now the reason that we're doing this is so that we can eliminate the denominators, because I don't know about you, but if I can eliminate a denominator, I would rather get rid of a fraction. So what does 2x plus 3 and times 10x plus 3, what could cancel out? So we're going to cross out the x plus 3's, and I'm left with 2 times 10, because that 2 was there, and I'm going to bring down that 10. Okay, on this side, what can I cancel out? For this fraction, what cancels out?
2 and 10.
The 2 and the 10. So 2 goes in the 2 once, 2 goes in the 10 5 times. So I have 3 times 5 times x plus 3. And then on the last fraction, what can you cancel out?
10.
So 10 and 10, and then I'm left with, don't forget the number was in the numerator, 19 times x plus 3. What questions do you have? Are we good with that? Now what we're going to do is we're just going to clean it up a little bit. So 2 times 10 is 20 plus, well, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 times x. And 15 times 3? You guys remember that's not 3.5, that's 3 times 5. And we got the 3 times the 5 because there was a 5 left over and there was this 3 in the numerator. Now we're going to do 19 times x and 19 times 3. What is it? 57. Now let's combine like terms on each side. And now, what does it look like? It looks just like an equation that we have like in chapter 1. So I'm going to move the 15 over to the 19 side. I'm going to move the 57 over to the 65 side. These cancel out. These cancel out because those are like terms. 65 minus 57, 8. 19 minus 15x. Divide by 4. 2 equals x. Now you should always check them to make sure. And what you do is in your calculator, I'm just going to put what is 2 plus 3. Bless you. 2 plus 3 is, so I'm going to do 2/5 plus 3/2, and I get 19/10. So my answer is 2. That means x equals 2. Again, you guys, I said 2 times 3 is 5, so this fraction is 2/5 plus 3/2, and I just did it in my calculator really quick, and I used the fraction key. Any questions over that?